Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. And
Yep.
contact me anytime anything comes up, okay? I want you to know that,
If
I'm a fierce
I,
warrior
I
myself, so.
I believe I have relayed the bulk of what I truly remember clearly. But if some detail should come up that I remember after the fact that I think is pertinent, I'll just shoot you a text or a message.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been as thorough as I can without ad-libbing.
Yeah.
I have my thoughts on the matter as well, but I'm just trying to relay those things that I clearly remember, and that unfortunately is just the small amount that I have told you. There's much more to it. It's just that those details are so muddy that all I can say is there's just a substantial amount more abuse that I can't pinpoint and be specific about. So.
No, I understand. And then, again, I'd still like to look, so we've got these files. I probably, in terms of the one file, I'll probably shorten the length just of the 5 minutes where we talk about, carefulness in terms of journalists and stuff, and my sister traveling just for safety reasons. So I'll just cut the one file short. But
Right.
Then for sure I'd like to look at, another interview where we talk about some of the details that are fuzzy and everything. But just peacefully,
Okay.
it's the right timing and things. And then, like I say, I've sort of tried to structure so it's easy to get into affidavit format and stuff in terms of criminal cases. I know you could file a lawsuit or something in the United States, but I just don't know that that's the right approach to look at right now. Like E. Jean Carroll filed a lawsuit, but this is a totally different level of crime, right? So,
Yes. Yeah.
which is why I'm.
And I also want to be careful that I don't come across looking like I do not care about money. I do not care about any sort of notoriety. All I care about is exposing this for what it is in hopes that it would shut down that part of the operation. I know that you can't exactly create a nirvana. There's always going to be bad people doing bad things, but at this level that it's being used, somebody has to stand up to it, because we're goose-stepping towards our own crematorium, is what it looks like to me. And we're having to do that because of all this leverage on the people at the very top of our food chain.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to...
In as much as Donald Trump has all of this dirt on the people around him, I wonder just exactly what dirt maybe our adversaries have on Donald Trump. That's just speculative on my part.
Yeah.
But it certainly would seem to me that he is beholden to Netanyahu and to Putin.
Yeah, I would say that's quite clear,
So,
and certainly even involving yourself and footage with yourself. So.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But I very much appreciate the help with all this. I've forgotten the name again, the crustacean or whomever, they are trying to put together the different flight itineraries. So
okay.
They and possibly I'm not sure who I spoke to about that, but apparently there's facial recognition software and there's an international porn database.
Yeah.
So when child victims become adults, if they approve, and I do, being run through that system, they can, if it's ever been on the internet, they can do a lot of forensics.
Did they say they thought they could help with that, or that they might have access to some of the software?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
I mean, don't mention my name, but just mention that, I'm helping you and that I might like to talk to them and you at some point. But just tell them I'm sort of looking through in terms of the ICC, and I'm doing some diligence there, just precautionary.
Two people have also reached out to me that have been involved in similar types of abuse. I don't know if that would be potentially helpful. I don't know that this is under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
But one lady that has reached out to me has talked about something that's more involved than just, like family abuse type of things.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, we'll look at all those things, and what I'm looking at, something that would help me if you thought about a little bit in terms of sort of jurisdictions. If you were anyone, either you said you remembered accents and stuff, and then with Putin, just in terms of if there was anyone in Europe, and specifically in Canada, it's one of the countries of the British Commonwealth, the Commonwealth of Nations. And if there's anyone in any of the Commonwealth of Nations countries that might help in terms of with jurisdiction. But like I said, it's like really it's international security issues. So, I would hope that, decent folks working as prosecutors in Canada and involved with the ICC and concerns regarding NATO and the Five Eyes Agreement would do the right thing and attempt to assist. So that's sort of what I'm trying to sort out a little bit there. But I know that as a very big start is just publishing the briefings. And like I say, I would send the briefings to some of the folks that I've advised during the years. I would publish and post them, and I'll contact after the briefings with the audio were published with the right preface, and right preface meaning so it's clear that what your position is, and it's clear what my position is, which is doing the right thing, right? Isn't about some financial interest or anything. It's about doing the right thing.
Right.
Sometimes doing the right thing involves finances, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about honoring the truth.
That's it. Those three girls, they deserved a chance at life too.
Yeah.
And these people that somehow believe that they're elevated from the same rules and laws as the rest of us decided that their own absolute monstrosity of desires was more important. And I just don't think that condition should be allowed to exist.
Yeah.
I forget who said it, but evil only exists, or something about good people doing nothing. Evil exists because good people do nothing. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This level of evil, I don't think should exist, but we will see.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna spend a little time outdoors and get some follow-up calls going, and we'll figure this out. Okay?
All right. Well, thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome. And hey, something else before we go, I'll just tell you one of my own, two of my mantras. Mantra isn't the word I'd like to say because I don't practice occultist sort of Buddhism. Two of my mottos, I guess. Honor self, honor all is one, and fangs forward, faith up is another. So that's my approach on these items, if that helps.
I do appreciate all of the help. I do.
Thank you.
I hope that my hope is just that this some good will come out of this. This is it. And if that just means exposing the bad people, then so.
Sascha, I'll make sure. I'll make sure. And how I can't even quite really speak to you about how I've already made sure there is justice, and it's much more immense than than anyone else really experiences awareness of, and justice is here now. Okay?
I appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon, Sascha.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.